What's up, YouTube? Back again with another video today. Today we will be reacting to Jamar's video that has to do with the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight that will be coming up pretty soon here. And yeah, so it's just about to get straight into the video, and I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts and how I feel about it.
Ago, it was announced that the fight between YouTube boxer Jake Paul and boxing legend Mike Tyson had been postponed due to medical reasons. We would later learn that Iron Mike apparently had a health scare regarding an ulcer as he was getting off an airplane around a month ago, which called this already insane matchup even more into question than before, and left many critics shaking their head and even more angry that Jake would be taking on a man who on numerous occasions has had to use a cane to walk properly.
Is this fight rigged?
Absolutely not. That's a federal crime.
There's no doubt that Mike still has insane skill and power when it comes to boxing, and yes, a couple of years ago we did see Mike Tyson defeat Roy Jones Jr., but that was him going up against another old man, and it really did show. And that was much more of a friendly exhibition, whereas this is actually going to be going on his official fight record. Something I personally...
Alright, I'll stop right there real quick. Yeah, I remember hearing about this fight when it got announced in the beginning, and I was like, why is Jake Paul fighting Mike Tyson? I was like, it doesn't make sense. I feel the same way it feels like everyone feels about this situation. It's like, why are they fighting? What's their reason to? Because for Mike Tyson, it's a lose-lose. He wins, oh, you beat a YouTube boxer. Good job. If he wins. If he loses, then all it can do, like Jamar just said, it goes on Mike Tyson's actual record. That's insane. So that just, he's already a legend. Mike Tyson's place in boxing history is pretty much certified, right? But that still is that can be another loss on his record. And, you know, 50 years from now, people might just look at it as a loss and not even look at the fact that it was, you know, not that he was, how is he, 50 years old now or something like that, and he's fighting it. So to me, I agree. I was like, I don't understand why they're even doing the fight, but that's their business. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it, but let's get back into the video.
More seriously than others suggest. And despite all the backlash, the fight is now apparently back on. I guess Netflix said they want their money and they want it now.
It's my money and I need it now!
So in this first clip I have to show you guys, this was Jake's immediate reaction to the fight getting postponed, where he apparently was acting all depressed.
Bro, get a job.
So I guess this guy was all heartbroken out there crying in the rain, putting some of those Disney acting skills to work. Here is the official re-announcement of the fight, where Jake says, new date, same place, same fate, Paul versus Tyson. And so they are now going to be fighting on Friday, November 25th. It's still going to be in AT&T Stadium out in Dallas, Texas. And they got Mike looking real mean on the poster, like he's ready to fucking end somebody's life. I mean, you already knew, with this being a very heavily marketed live event on Netflix, and an unprecedented event at that, they were not going to let this shit get actually canceled, even if Mike has to go in there fighting cane and all. Now, in contrast, Mike would post this, new date for Jake's wake. Mike would also go on to post this video.
Different date, same fate. I'ma knock out Jake Paul.
And I really hope you do, Mike. I think that everyone is rooting for you, including this man Dana White, who is actually pretty upset that Jake Paul is fighting Mike Tyson.
If I brought up Jake Paul, pretty much everybody in the room and the other room wants to see Jake Paul get knocked out. You got the reason why you hope Tyson would pull this off? Or
Did you help set that up? Because I know you're close with Tyson.
God, no. God, no.
And as you guys will see right here, Dana actually thinks that this fight is not only a disgrace to the sport, but actually like the whole thing is beneath Mike Tyson, and that Jake Paul is a punk bitch for even participating.
Alright, let's talk about the Tyson fight.
Quick, I agree with Dana White on that. It is below Mike Tyson to be fighting Jake Paul, and I don't, you know, I think most people believe that. It doesn't, you know, Mike Tyson's in the level of combat sports, Mike Tyson's up here and Jake Paul's here. It's just, it is what it is. He's not Mike Tyson is one of the greatest boxers of all time. It's just how it goes.
Plays a big role in the outcome of the fight.
No, I think Mike is a killer at any age.
When this fight happens, Tyson will be 58.
I'm worried about him.
Under any circumstances, a fucking almost 60-year-old man shouldn't be fighting a 27-year-old guy.
But he's still Mike Tyson. I mean, it would be one thing if he was going up against an actual professional boxer in his prime, but this is the Disney guy. It's not like the Rocky movie where he was already in his 50s and he went toe-to-toe with that young black fighter.
Even if it's Mike Tyson, so
Yeah.
it's fucking ridiculous. When he actually fought somebody who was a boxer, who had the same type of record he has, who was his age,
Tommy.
and who was his size, he fucking lost.
Yeah.
And obviously they're talking about Tommy Fury there. I think that was actually a closer match than a lot of people would give Jake credit for, but it is still a fair assessment to say that he got dog walked by the reality star.
So they're never going to go that route again. I saw some guy the other day say, when are you going to stop fighting gimmick fights? You going to call Mike Tyson a gimmick?
Well, yeah. It is a gimmick fight, but if I'm him, I would never.
If you got people that are fucking dumb enough to pay for that shit, you know,
Well, it's on Netflix.
good
You don't
for
even
you.
have to pay now.
Huh?
It's on Netflix. You don't even have to pay.
Brilliant move too, because you don't have to go pay. Everybody has Netflix, so
Netflix,
just
yeah.
turn it on.
Netflix, it's something
I'll turn it on and see
yeah.
what happens. This guy's
content.
27. He's in his prime
Yeah.
as a human.
Yeah.
And
Internet
I love
explodes.
Mike, and nobody wants to see Mike get beat by this fucking jerk off. You know.
Well, yeah, no one wants to see Jake send Mike to the Shadow Realm. I highly doubt that that's going to happen.
58 years old, dude. You look like 20 years old. What the hell? What are you eating? Raw meat.
I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I know a lot of people are real worked up about this entire thing. I know it kind of boils a lot of people's blood. But I think like Andrew here, I kind of just see the entertainment value in the whole event. And so I hate to say it, but I'm still looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a very entertaining time. Speaking of Andrew's shows, I think that him and Mike might have had the same barber back in the day.
It's a beautiful picture.
I was just a little boy,
How old were you?
20. I was the youngest person there.
That nigga that cut your hair and give you no blend.
Seriously though, guys, why the f*** does Andrew Scholes keep rocking that terrible haircut? Looking like he's part of Adolf's youth program. KSI would even chime in with his apparent final offer to Jake Paul. I do feel like this is a boxing match that everyone has wanted to see, and these are going to be his final stipulations.
Today, Jake, I'm going to be making you my final offer. May 2025. Just so you have all the time in the world to be ready.
So he wants the fight to happen a whole year from now, and he says the reason behind that is...
Pause right there real quick. Something in my eye, my bad. The KSI Jake Paul fight. That is the... I remember when YouTube boxing really started, that whole thing. You know, because I was the age group of kids that were like really into it. So Jake Paul versus KSI is the... I believe if that fight happens, I think YouTube boxing dies after that, because it's what everyone's been waiting for. Has been for those two to get in the ring and fight. So once those two fight, I think it's over for KSI's boxing career and Jake's. People aren't really gonna pay attention. Even whoever wins, it doesn't matter. You know, and it will be done. It will fall to all the other YouTubers, because it's kind of that hype that, at least to me, is what's carrying everything else with the whole... I mean, everyone else YouTube boxing has kind of already died. So for those two, it will probably be the same thing. I could be wrong, but you know, that's how I feel about it. And so seeing KSI make his 2025, it looks like they want to fight. He wants to fight him at 185. That'd be very interesting. I don't think Jake's gonna accept it, or he's gonna make one of his normal trolling videos back to KSI. And I think that's where we're gonna be. Eventually, I want to see them get in the ring, but don't know if that's gonna happen anytime soon. Let's get back into it.
In a whole year from now, and he says the reason behind that is so Jake can have all the time to be ready. But hasn't Jake been the one who's still like been in fight camp this entire time for years? Whereas KSI seems to be a bit more recreational when it comes to fighting.
And we can even do it in America, just to make you that bit more happy. But that is it when it comes to giving you advantages. I mean, first of all, we agreed to fight at 180 pounds, and then you decided to run away and fight Nate Diaz instead. Then you came back, won in the fight at 185 pounds. And then you decided, you know what, scratch that. Let's fight at 200 pounds.
Yeah, I don't know if I see Jake fighting at 185 right now. I believe he's bulked all the way up to like 220 or 230 for this Mike Tyson match. So 185 would kind of have him looking like Ryan Garcia when he fought Tank Davis.
I'm tired of this bullshit. Get off the cycle and let's make this work. We both have weight to lose, and we both have plenty of time to do it. £185 is my final offer. Take it or leave it. If you come back with some bullshit on social media, I will sleep good knowing that deep down you never really had the balls to fight me in a fair fight. Ooh. You were never actually about it. You were just trying to save face online.
And I do like that little message at the end from KSI, because it does kind of put the ball back into Jake's court. Basically,
that's Shamari about to take my damn thunder here. Anyway, nah, it's true. It is. That's. And I said that. I was like, that's how I believe Jake's gonna respond. But I probably should have finished that clip before I started speaking, because now KSI's made it, as Jamari said, where he's made it to where if Jake decides to come out and just troll him, it's like, oh, you're scared to fight him. And so then it does put the ball in Jake's court, and Jake has to be very strategical, he has to be tactical with how he decides to respond to this if he just doesn't agree. But like I said, going down, if Jake's at 230 right now, going down to 185, whoo, that's a little bit, what, 45 pounds? Yeah, about 45 pounds you'd have to cut. 40, it's not about, that probably wouldn't be that hard doing boxing and all that stuff, but it'd be hard. But it just meaning going from where he is now, it doesn't seem like anytime soon Jake wants to go back down to there. Now, if those two are both serious, I'm just saying maybe bump it up 190, 195 maybe? 190, if there's a weight thing for that. I don't know how boxing really works like that, but I'm just saying, but 185, if that's his final offer, then Jake either takes it, or we won't see KSI versus Jake Paul for another 2 or 3 years. Because I feel like it's going to happen. I almost say, not there's no way that doesn't happen, but if it doesn't happen, it will be a very big money bag opportunity that both of them will be losing out on. It appears the rest of the video is kind of just Jamari talking about different things with Mike Tyson, not really having to do with the actual fight that has now been postponed to, I believe it said November, and it's in November, I know that, but I can't remember the exact date. I think it either said November 15th or, I think it said November 15th. Anyway, so with the fight now being postponed and it's going back to November, the fight's still on, like you said, because, Netflix probably went to him like, yeah, we're not canceling this fight. We have too much money invested in it. Y'all two are going to fight. So whether Mike Tyson has to walk in there with his cane like a baseball bat and is going to be sitting there trying to hit Jake with it, or whatever has to be done, Netflix wants their fight so they can at least try to make a little bit of money off of this. And, I believe the fight's going to happen. I don't know if the fight's going to be, it's not going to be, oh, it's going to be this amazing fight. I don't, it's a 58-year-old. I thought Mike Tyson was like 50. This ain't 58. A 58-year-old man versus a 27-year-old. That's not. Bro, he is half your age, dog. That is not a. For Jake, that's double your age, and Mike, that's half your. That's just not a. So it's not gonna be like a fight that people are like, oh, people should not be having parties for this fight. I know that. No one should be like, hey, this Tyson Paul fight. Listen, I got 500 wings. I got pizzas coming. Come over. We gonna watch. I don't think anyone's doing that for it. But people that have Netflix, me included, might turn it on, see it a little bit, since I ain't gotta pay no pay-per-view for it. I already have Netflix. I might as well give it a shot if I do that day, if I'm not busy. I'm not gonna change my whole day for it. But yeah, that's my final thoughts on the whole situation so far. And shout out to Jamari for the video, giving me something to react to. If y'all enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, and come back for more in the future. And I'll see y'all on the next one.